So let's discuss the first element of pull system. There are two types of pull. The first type is called Kanban, which comes from actually manufacturing, is a Japanese word for cards. So it means that we have process 1, which is supplying the information, finishing the task or the project for the customer process, which is process number 2. So we have two staff members, for example, here. They are sitting at process number 1 and process number 2, and in the middle there is a defined supermark. There is defined buffer of tasks. So it could be different type of projects, the different type of softwares being worked upon, or it could be, for example, the A could be a type of project which is least complex, and C could be the type of projects which are very complex. So we have a defined buffer or supermarket here, and the process number 2 is taking the information from that buffer which is supplied by the process number 1 and working upon that. And after the process number 2 has started working on any of these activities, maybe A or B, once they have taken it and started working upon that, only then the process number 1 will take the next project or task of the same type, B for example, or A, and work upon, and then again supplies to the supermarket. So the buffer quantity in the supermarket should always be same, or as soon as possible should be refilled as soon as the process number 2 is taking out and working on the next task. So this is the way of pull, which is type 1. The type 2 is called convip. It means constant whip in production. So similarly we have here the process 1, process 2, and in the middle we have a buffer. But unlike the type 1 pull system, here we don't have different type of project or task. Here we have one big pool, and we say first in, first out, and there is a maximum limit defined. So maybe here the maximum number of tasks are 5. So once the process number B has taken either A or B or C, whatever, out of that pool, the next task or project will be worked upon and again made ready for the process number 2 by the process number 1. So in the middle here we have a big pool, and here we do not consider. It could be that we have the maximum limit of 5 tasks, but all are only A. It could be all B also. Then this depends upon the customer demand in the beginning, and that is being decided by the upstream processes. So this is the difference between type 1 and type 2 pull system, and depending upon the situation, the type of work and the office, one of this pull system is being used to create the pull. Irrespective of which pull system we are choosing, there are 3 main points we need to take here. First of all, when we are implementing the pull or choosing any of these two pull system, we have to clearly define the number of tasks or work content which is between these two processes. The second point is that we have to define the minimum and maximum limit very quickly and communicate them, and we have to make sure that there is compliance for that. And the last point is that the visualization of this buffer between them, if we have now 5 or we have 4 projects remaining, or in pull system task type A is being taken by the process 2, all these things has to be maintained regularly. And the key point is it should not be maintained by the manager, the staff member, the employees who are working on these tasks. They should be managing this constantly. We do not want to use the capacity or additional capacity of any manager to organize the system. The system should be self-regulating, and that's why it's important that this is managed by the staff members themselves. And the visualization, how to visualize, how to manage, that we'll discuss in more detail in the next phase of visualization.